till now we had learned all about the crystalline structure, classification, the defects, unit cells and types of the defects, their ages, etc. Now the next point in this chapter is electrical properties. Some solids also having electrical properties that we already know. So the elemental solids they are divided into the three categories, which is namely by metals, non-metals and metalloids, right? So the variation in this property of ability to conduct the electricity of metals and semiconductors, and that can be explained with the help of band theory that we already know. In these metallic crystals, the valency of the bond or valence bonds and the conduction bands are very close to each other, and that's why they are very little energy. They require very little energy to excite the electrons, from the valence bond into the conduction band. So the substance, that substance like the glass, rubber, polythene, plastic, wood, diamond are bad conductors. These are the bad conductors of the heat and electricity, because the spacing between the valence band and the conduction band is relatively more, so that more energy is required to promote electrons from the valence band to the conduction band. So this is the, in short, this is what is the electrical properties. So just now I mentioned about the conductors, right? So what is semiconductors? Semiconductors is the poor conductors of electricity. Okay, these are the poor conductors of electricity, which a substance containing completely filled band with the electrons and completely empty band, and which behaves as a semiconductors. So there are some magnetic properties. So while the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in various orbits, so they are always spinning about their own axis, and that spinning of electrons, or that spinning charge, that generates a magnetic field, and hence spinning electrons act like tiny magnets. Okay, so this diagram shows the spinning of electrons. Okay, this shows the spinning of electron. So there is a diamagnetism in these properties. What is the concept of the diamagnetism? So in this, if an atom or any molecules contain all electronic orbitals, which is completely filled, that is, there are 2 electrons in each orbital, so their spin are half. Okay, their spins are plus half and minus half. So the 2 electrons spinning in opposite direction, or the anti-clockwise and otherwise clockwise, so the spin used pair and magnetic field will be the repelled. So that time this phenomena is called the diamagnetism, right? So the water is the best example. Water, sodium chloride, benzene are some diamagnetic substances. So these are the diamagnetic substances. Now the paramagnetism. So what is paramagnetism? How it works? So if an atom or any molecules, which contains the unpaired electrons, which contains more unpaired electrons revolving in the orbital, the magnetic moments that time the magnetic moments, there are net magnetic moments experiences the force of attraction when placed in the magnetic field. So this property of a substance due to the presence of unpaired electrons, and that's why due to which the substance experiences pull in the magnetic field is called the paramagnetism. Got it? So the more the unpaired electron in the substance of the stronger the pull due to the paramagnetism of a substance. Oxygen, copper, ferrous, chromium. So that ions are some examples of the paramagnetism. So next magnetic property is the ferromagnetism. What is ferromagnetism? The substance like iron, cobalt, nickel. So iron, cobalt, nickel, this exhibits very strong magnetic property. So these substance can permanently magnetize. So they have the large number of unpaired electrons. For example, iron, the electronic configuration of the ions argon, which look over here, which is shown over here, 3d6 4s2. That is it has some structure, okay, some arrangement, spin arrangement, okay. So that arrangement, so there are 4 unpaired electrons. How much? 4 unpaired electrons, and that due to that unpaired electrons, the ion is strongly ferromagnetic. Got it? So this is all about the magnetic properties. What is magnetic properties? What is ferromagnetism, paramagnetism, dimagnetism? Okay, this is all we were studying. Now we will further go for some problems. Which are that problems? Sir, you have to, in the previous lectures we were studying the structure of crystalline solids, BCC structure, body center cube, FCC structure, right? And BCC structure, body center structure, FCC structure, that we already learned. So regarding and these topics, we have to solve some problems, and that numericals we will help that numericals is help you for the exam. So you have to solve the problems related to the crystalline solids. So first examples I am giving you, that is in the further topic.